everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Animated Ratchet. You can see him there in front of the box. We'll go ahead and pull him off the side real quick and take a look at said box. And yes, this is a Age of the Primes Deluxe box. You see Transformers Age of the Primes gold band right there, the Autobot Ratchet thing right there, Hasbro, and of course a picture of him in both his robot and vehicle modes. 19 steps. On the top, you have Autobot Ratchet and Takara Tomy in a little plastic thingy. And there, of course, you have the line one artwork of the Prime statues. On this side, you have a close-up of Ratchet in his robot mode. Right there. On the bottom, you have what's included in some manufacturing details, and on the back, you have some warning copyrights and, of course, some product shots because it's Autobot Ratchet. And of course, he comes with the instructions, which are pretty all right for the most part. The only thing is just this mold. It's not the first time. This is definitely a remold, and it's not the first time where it's being annoying about how to. It's not clear about how to deal with the arms transforming him. Animated Ratchet, yes. He is a remold of the previous Earthrise Hoist and Trailbreaker mold, and even though I reviewed both of those, well, two of those anyway, I feel like they changed enough to warrant a full review rather than just a quick, hey, this is a repaint thing. But yeah, getting in close, there's Animated Ratchet and kind of his grizzled man face, including the broken little head crest thing. You got the of course the windshield and the windshield hood chest thing, Autobot symbol that has a little bit of paint right there, red and white all over, pretty much all the way down. You got the little rounded feet, all that stuff, and yeah, he's got a bit of a panel back here, which there's some missing because it's kind of a you got the door panel right there, but you got some stuff missing because out of the box you have to attach some things, particularly you attach this little canopy thing right here, and that's pretty straightforward. It's just a friction hinge, just there's no nubs, you just pop it on. Just pop it on, it's pretty straightforward, and it pops on pretty securely. Yeah, I have to pop that off there a little bit, but yeah. Pops on pretty securely once you get it on. There. Yeah, that's how secure it is. It's a bit of a dip pain, but yeah, then you retab that, and there you go. Now he's got his backpack, which has the little medical symbols and everything, and there you go. So yeah, not a bad looking robot, honestly. It's a pretty clever remold of a existing mold. Just kind of, he still looks kind of that whole weird pseudo G1ified animated thing they've been doing with since the first few animated releases. Yeah, he's actually, I think he carries the mold pretty well. The mold works for the mold pretty well, however you want to phrase that. The only thing, of course, it still has the same problem, which is the arms cannot go all the way down in this because of how they work. So that's a little bit just unfortunate. But the good news is he doesn't have the massive panel behind his arm, so it's not that the whole, that's not as egregious as say with Trailbreaker and Hoist as it was with those two. So there you go on that. So posability is mode. You got ball jointed head, so you got left and right, you got up and down, you got a little bit of waggle right there, right here at the shoulders. You actually do have a full 360. Again, no panel just sticking out like that, or at least not severely. Shoulders right here can hinge like that. You have a bicep swivel right there. There is a nice bent. You can bend the elbow quite a bit. The wrists can swivel, although they're very snug on mine. Right here. The waist can swivel freely, no problems there. Hips can go forward that far and back that far and outward that far. And you have a ratchet swivel right there. Did I say ratchet swivel? I mean, technically it is a swivel, but thigh swivel. It is a ratchet swivel, technically. You do have this knee joint right here, and you can also use the transformation joint to get a further knee bend, so you can do a double jointed knee, although it does kind of break the sculpt a little bit. And of course at the feet you do have ankle tilts like that, and there's your lot. Pretty standard posability, but kind of different shoulders than usual, but not too bad. As for accessories, he actually has quite a few. Namely, you've got these things. I can't remember what they're called, but these little he's got these little wrist things. Yeah, he can zap people with them. I cannot remember what they're called now. But yeah, these can just mount. You can put them in the hand if you want, but if you want to do it right, you got to put them on the wrists like that. And like that, and then just like that if you want. And if you want to store actually, before I get into all that, and of course you got some medical tools, including, I guess, for a robot, the medical tools. You got a little wrench thing. You got a hammer right there. You have a little screwdriver. I say little, but yeah, you have a screwdriver looking thing. And you have, I guess, a can opener. Which, yeah, any of these can peg into his hands, you know, pretty straightforward. You got, you know, multiple pegs, so you can either peg them in like that with that bit there. You know, any of them can just peg into the hand pretty much the same way. That. You know, there. You can also, you know, use this peg right here like that. So, you know, you can have it like that if you want. But yeah. As for storage, well, yeah, I guess this too. I'll just play that one in just real quick. Right there. There you go. See. As for storage for all this stuff, well, real quick, these the wrist the zappy things. I'm just gonna call them the zappy things. You have to deal with the fact that I'm getting it wrong. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. But yeah, these bits right here, what you do is you open up the backpack right here, and you got 2 pegs, and you just peg one in like this, and you peg the other one in. Like that. Very nice storage right there, and that closes up, and they're nice and tucked away. That's the rest of this stuff. Well, you just kind of, well, there's peg holes around the backpack, and you just peg them on. That's the proper way. Theoretically, if those weren't in there, you could theoretically kind of just throw them in the backpack as like, well, it's like a backpack, but yeah. Regardless, yeah, this is what how you're supposed to put them on. Just, you know, peg them on around the backpack like that, and that's his weapon storage, which, don't look back, now looks like he's got a bag of tools, which makes sense considering he's, you know, the medic. So that's not bad at all, honestly. As for some measurements in this mode, in his height to the top of his head is about 5 3/4 inches or 14.6 centimeters, and his weight is 3.5 ounces or 100 grams. So there you go. Again, he's not bad. So real quick, some comparisons. If he wants to stand nicely. Some comparisons. Here's the Diaclone Trailbreaker. I don't remember his name. Is I don't remember his actual proper Diaclone name. Whatever. Who cares? I don't. But yeah, it's just Blue Trailbreaker. The mold he's more or less based on. You can see what I mean about the, you know, no more the shoulder panel things are nowhere near as egregious, and he's got the same pretty similar backpack thing going on, but it's a little bit different. Yeah, you can see a lot of the just massive remolding done, even though it's like you can see the same skeleton, but you can also see how much of a massive remolding job was done to make it work as animated Ratchet. So there's that. Speaking of animated stuff, here's a Legacy animated Optimus. Look good together, right there. Legacy animated Bumblebee. That's nice right there. Legacy animated Prowl. Ooh, also, you know, that looks good. In my opinion. No Legacy animated Bulkhead, unfortunately, because we don't have one. I thought about bringing up Prime Bulkhead, but it doesn't work. Here's actual animated RC, because we don't have one of those yet, new ones yet. But hey, why not animated RC, just to give you an idea there. You can just give you a very big thing there. Now, we did get a new version of Lockdown. It was that one of the Walmart lines. I don't remember which one. And I didn't get it because I didn't want a third mold version of that mold, the Junkion mold. But here is animated Lockdown, who's absurdly tall. Like before, remember, this guy was tall even back in the day. This is all secondhand. Also, wow, look all those hollow bits. Wow. Yeah, toys are never hollow before, right? Anyway, so yeah, animated Ratchet. Again, not a bad use of this mold. So you get him transformed though into his vehicle mode. First of all, get all these weapons off the backpack. Just get those off out of the way for now. Right now, get them all off, and because they're going to store differently on the vehicle mode. These can stay where they are. Now, from here, what you want to do is untab the backpack right here like this. Right here, there's a little spot. What you do is you take the can opener essentially, and you peg that in right here. Like that, and that's where that stores. So you put that there. But yeah, make sure the backpack's, you know, the double hinge here to make sure the backpack's as far away from the torso as possible, and then take the head here. You want to untap that and rotate it around, bring it around, and then, you know, push it all the way until it, you know, flattens out like that. And take the arms here. What you want to do here is rotate them inward at the bicep like this, and then rotate them to the shoulder joint like that, and like that. And go ahead and rotate them forward like this, and like that. And from here, what you want to do is take the hood here, and you want to untap that and bring that forward and up like this. Something like that. And right here, there's 2 peg holes. I want to take the screwdriver and peg it into one, and the wrench and peg it into the other. Like that. And that's their storage. Right down here, what you want to do is take the waist and you just fold it up right here in this hinge right here and then push it all the way in. Like that. So, then right here, you want to take these and fold these the arms down like this and make sure that, you know, they clear this bit right there. And this bit right here, just fold them in, clear them like that. So it looks like that, pretty much. And then here at the legs, what we want to do is rotate them and make sure the lower knee hinge, rotate them around like this. Turn around like this, and on this leg right here, you want to peg. But it actually doesn't really matter that much, too much. Just gotta get it in here. Just peg it on the inside of the legs like that. Just kind of see like this, and again, rotate this leg around like so. Make sure it's only bending one of the knee hinges. And they won't necessarily like, at least on mine, they don't necessarily like to tab in right here just quite yet. And right here, then you bring the hood down. Bring the hood down like this, and that'll lock into place. Then you bring the canopy down right here. You can see there's tabs right here, which will go into the slots right here, and these tabs right here will go open the slots on the canopy. Like that. And that's where you just start pushing the legs in. That will start lining things up to get everything all put in place. And yeah, this will slide between the legs. This will kind of go between the legs. There's a weird like slots in the legs that this will slot into. The canopy will also slot into. This will really lock things together. Yeah, that all tabbed together back there, like that. And right here, the arms, you just want to collapse them in. You can see these little tabs on the, arms, and the little slots in the fenders right there behind the wheels like that, and like that. And with that, you've got, make sure everything's, you know, squared away properly. With that, you have animated Ratchet in his vehicle mode. Yep, animated Ratchet sure does look like, well, an ambulance. You know, you got to get, again, that's the whole thing right there. Instead of, again, no red cross symbol because, you know, blah, 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 you know, war crimes, etc., Geneva Convention, yeah, all that stuff. Of course, not like it matters anymore whether they're not committed a war crime, does it? Anyway. It's pretty much a red and white truck with some blue windows. You got the little siren lights picked up, light bar picked out right there. Nice little headlights picked out with yellow. You got some little detail, you know, right there. On the back here, you don't really have a lot except just to see red. You kind of have sort of tail lights kind of picked out a little bit with detailing anyway. You got the door and everything picked out. Yeah, rolling. It seems like, I swear, I feel like something's off because like I should be able to roll just fine, but like just make those fists feel like they're scraping along the ground. So I'm feeling like I did something wrong. You know, whereas it rolls, but yeah, it's something. Yeah, the fists are scraping along the ground. I could have sworn there's something you could do to make it not do that. And now I'm like second guessing myself because like, no, that's how you're supposed to do it. Double checking that, but yeah, I don't know if I'm like got something slightly misaligned or what because the fists are not quite. They're going up in there, but they're like just the ground clearance is just barely such a way that like yeah, they're just like kind of dragging along the ground here. One of them is, that's the thing. One fist is dragging along the ground. That's what I'm seeing now. Yeah. Something weird is happening there because yeah, one fist kind of drags along the ground, the other one doesn't. But yeah, the wheels do roll. Just one of them in particular. Some of these wheels have more friction than others, but yeah. Yeah, again, the transformation is very similar to the previous Trailbreaker Hoist mold use. Some adjustments, minor ones, some very minor ones. Mostly the weapon storage stuff, which is very nice that all stores away very cleanly, so you don't have to have it all sitting out on the side of the truck or anything. And yeah, this really locks in. This stuff back here really locks in securely. So yeah. One of the things, yeah, that's the ground clearance is, you know, despite this design, you'd think despite this design, it's very, 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 very minimal. And it feels like, yeah, just one of these, yeah, looking at it as like one of these fists is dragging along the ground, the other one's not. So it makes me wonder what the heck's going on there. So yeah, it's not a bad animated Ratchet, all things considered. You know, again, the kind of G1ified to animated sort of thing. But yeah, again, the transformation here to get there is not too bad either. So, yeah. As for measurements in this mode, it is 4 1/4 inches long or 10.8 centimeters. So yeah, not too bad. Now, as for some comparisons, here's Legacy Animated Optimus. Same idea there. Legacy Animated Bumblebee. I don't think the scale's quite right, but what do I know? There. Legacy Animated Prowl, please do not fall over. There we go. Definitely out of scale. Here's Legacy, or not Legacy, wow, Animated RC. Right there. And Animated Lockdown. Very much not on scale whatsoever. Also, the other thing is, yeah, this is one of those, like, I bought this with no instructions. I have no idea how to transform. I had to guess, and I'm sitting there trying to guess. And you also remember one time way back when this guy broke a little bit, so that's fun. That's Animated Ratchet, and he's not too bad. I'm surprised. And when I heard he was a retooling of, the Earthrise Hoist. Oh yeah, I forgot. I almost forgot. That's the other thing. Yeah, here's the Trailbreaker, blue one, Diaclone Trailbreaker, whatever. Let's see, yeah. Change some stuff up. So there you go. Totally forgot about that one. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, he's actually overall, all things considered, considering he's a remold of an existing figure. He's actually a surprisingly decent animated figure. I'm genuinely surprised. He works pretty well. It's kind of they picked the right mold for this. They picked the right mold for this. That's for sure. He looks decent. He looks pretty great in his robot mode. He's got a decent amount of accessories, including the correct ones. He's got his medical tools and the little wrist, whatever those are called. He doesn't come with the thing that Lockdown had, though. Unfortunately, he doesn't come with that. But I think the Lockdown, the recent one came with it, so theoretically be compatible with the guy. But again, I don't have that one because I didn't buy it. So, yeah. The vehicle mode's pretty actually alright, although again on mine, for whatever reason, one of the fists drags on the ground a bit, and also some of the wheels are definitely kind of high in friction, but the transformation is also pretty solid and everything. He's just a surprisingly good remold to turn into an anime figure. I didn't think it would work, but it works pretty well, so hey, what do you know? I like it. One thing now is you kind of need an animated bulkhead for complete the Autobots, and we still need some animated Decepticons, I guess. Although apparently we're supposed to get Lugnut, so hey, what do you know? That's gonna be interesting to see how that works out. So that's it. I hope you found this informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out social medias down in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my Coffee and my Patreon. I shall see you next time with another video review.